Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to more Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich, playing as the Russian Empire. We are now fighting the German Empire and seeking a little revenge. We are going to be uniting all of Eastern Europe under my banner, if I have anything to say about it, and, I mean, I do. I do have a lot to say about these things, in fact, because so happens, at least at the moment, we got Space Marines, quote-unquote, that are just tearing across the countryside. Ukraine has no idea what is about to befall them. Or maybe they have some idea and I just don't care. Central America has been called in a war against the Germans. Good. These units right here, I'm realizing, are absolutely god-awful. They're not defensive infantry. They've got artillery, but they have no engineers, which basically means if they get attacked, they're going to fold like frickin' tissue paper. The good news is the AI is too stupid to feel confident in pushing against me, so the orange line is basically here just to scare the Ukrainians while the Space Marines do all the heavy lifting. Which is great and all, you know, I can't complain about that too much. I'm just pointing out that, like, I should be taking a lot of losses if the AI were a little bit more competent on that. That's all I'm trying to say, okay? A little bit more competence would result in a lot more death. I would say we should send my... we send my submarines to go ahead and try to mess with some folks. Do we have anything that's really good for submarines? Yes, you're not bad. We'll go ahead and take you. I'm going to go ahead and move you to convoy rating like so, right along here. And this is going to start getting me some experience, if nothing else. Bunch more submarines along over here. No, these are all light ships. Oh, we built a bunch of light ships and a heavy ship. Got it. Well, I'm going to have to leave you there then for a bit. I'm not going to get any use out of a navy for a bit. We've really not been spending any of our time trying to put it together. So I'm not going to gain anything out of it. That's a known fact. But it's fine. It's fine. I don't expect to get much out of it. I don't need much out of it. The Germans are not going to be a major naval power. Now, when I'm fighting against, let's say, Britain and Japan, oh, sure. Then I have a little something to worry about. But until then, completely fine. We're going to swap over to a war economy, by the way. Yep, that's a thing I want to do. That means my consumer goods has reduced, and we have even more civilian factories we can use. Beautiful. Beautiful. We can start looking at medium tank divisions. We're never going to use a heavy armor division. Let's go ahead and swap you guys out. Yeah? This is going to cost me a bit of my army experience. But, for now, let's get 20 widths. The goal will be to get 40 widths. Those are obviously better. We are going to need some motorized. This will be the first use of motorized I've had up to this point. We are going to need some engineers and maintenance. That's all I can afford. Wow, really? This is only 16 combat width. It's still technically usable. And its stats aren't even bad. That's a pretty good breakthrough considering. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and call these 20 with mediums. They're not done. We still need to add on at least a couple more tanks. Maybe one tank and one motorized. I'm not sure yet. So we're not going to train any of these yet, but we have to wait until we get some more army experience. Which is fine. As we continue getting all these kills, I think that should be a-okay. Let's go ahead and push up here toward Kiev. Let's push up here toward Chernigov. Let's push up here toward Vinnytsia. We're just going to grab some of these victory points and finish them off. Also, I want to start pushing my purple armies up a little bit more in this direction so we can use a flank attack against White Ruthenia. Ukraine might just fall at this point. I could check. There goes the fall of Kiev. Finish them off, please. All of them. Wipe them out. All of them. Darth Palpatine. No, Darth Sidious style. I don't know. Phantom Menace. Haven't watched in a while. Note the fuel situation. That is probably the biggest weakness that I can think of out of this whole issue, because the more tanks we are fielding, the more fuel we need, and we do not produce much. Now, granted, we're very close to the line because it goes up and it goes down, it goes up and it goes down. It has to do with how many coordinated pushes I'm doing at a time. Too many, and this becomes an issue. By the way, that breakthrough is going to be beautiful. Thank you. Let's go for a bit of extra organization and recovery rate for my tanks. Gosh, I do love that. Netherlands joins the Reichspakt. Okay. That's a-okay with me. Not worried about it. Let's go ahead and push in from this direction. Finish all of that off. Still haven't managed to push into Riga, but we are going for a bit of a little sneak attack. Dutch East Indies are now my enemy as well. Fun! Ottomans are still fighting in the south against Syria, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt, the entirety of the Cairo Pact. Yeah, that's a lot of people the Ottomans are facing, which basically I'm trying to think in the future, like, if we want to, we can just simply hold the ground against the Germans for a while. I'm not worried about it. Then send the armies and see if we can go and bully the Ottomans for a bit. And that sounds kind of like fun. Doesn't it? I think so. Hey, look! An opportunity to attack Azerbaijan. Man, oh man. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, they have no faction, actually, so this is a thing we can safely do now. Which means it's actually a very easy way for me to secure some oil. Oh, yeah, wait, okay, yeah. Once we are done with Ukraine, we go take out Azerbaijan. And say, screw it, it's time to kill them all. Yeah! Yeah! Obviously, that's what we're supposed to do. I mean, yeah, I not even questioned it for a second. I knew exactly what I had to do. There goes Ukraine. Thank you. Okay. So with that out of the way, what we do now is we actually just ignore all of this nonsense. Except for you guys, who will just finish them off. But purple, darker purple, is now going to set up along here. And I'm going to assign all of you here, with the goal of now pushing up through White Ruthenia. That will also put me in a position to attack Lithuania, who is at war with me. And we'll be able to attack from the Baltic Duchy in the north. So yes, we're actually very close to getting toward Königsberg and try to take Danzig. Once I get to Danzig, I think I stop for a minute. And we reassess our situation before we commit too many forces. Looks like we are indeed getting into Riga, so the Baltic Duchy is about to fall. Austrian Empire joins the Reichspacht. Well, that's not good. Okay. So, a whole new faction has just disbanded in favor of Austria joining the Germans, which means now all of this nonsense is going to be joining in the war, probably, against the Commune. What happens to, like, Hungary and stuff? Yeah, so all the former members of Austria's faction have just joined the Reichspacht. That complicates things. Now I actually have a slight issue. Like, for example, right here. Guess who's got troops there? It's Hungary, Austria and Hungary, both of them. Yeah, so we need to finish this up quick, is basically what I'm seeing. Orange, I'm going to ask you guys to get along over here. And we'll just set up in preparation to push these guys the heck back. But now Eastern Europe is going to be that much harder for me to take out. Poland actually works as a good bottleneck to try and slow down the advance of the Germans and everyone else. And then there's these mountains, of course, along Hungary, right along here. Yeah, this is a very defensible position. If the Germans get Poland to join, well, then all of a sudden I'm in a slight issue. Poland is flat ground, the Germans can charge across, and I'd be in trouble. So we're going to want to take out Poland probably somehow, or hope they never join and I can just keep a defensive ground while I work elsewhere. Greece is now fighting me, good. Yes. Get over here, please. You guys are not yet encircled, but you're close. There goes the Baltic Duchy. Okay. So with all of that done, you guys are now going to push in through here. And then we're going to give you a new front line right along there. With the goal to basically just push in toward Königsberg and help finish off... Whoa. What kind of front line is that? Whoa, wait. Oh, no. Messed up. Wrong front line. Wrong front line. Where are you? All right, you're all supposed to be here. No, stay where you are. Cancel that. I apologize. I need to change your color to something else. We'll go for yellow. Because yellow snow in Finland. Sorry, it's the best I had at the moment. All right, you guys do this. That explains why they were trying to push all the way through here. Got it. Okay, now that we've lost access to a lot of resources, we're starting to find some trouble. I need to trade with Siam in exchange for a bit of rubber. I could trade with the US for a bit more tungsten, and the US also for a bit more steel. I'm okay with a stronger US, as long as they don't end up joining the Entente, which they might. I don't know. Are they still democratic, by the way? Yeah, they're social democrats. They're actually still fairly well split there. There's a good chance they join the Entente, which will become a problem for me someday, but it's not a problem right now. Dealing with the Germans means I'm not enemies with the Entente. Okay, you guys, get up over here. We're going to go ahead and just try to blitz up to a few of these victory points and see if we can simply finish off White Ruthenia that way. Get up over here. You get up toward Minsk. And the rest just holds the line while we push. Austrian Empire calls in Hungary. Yeah, I'm now fighting, a lot. I am. But I still feel pretty confident about our situation. We've got good defensible land as long as, like, Romania stays a part of their own separate pact. Like, they can't do much of anything to me. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. This is just a little annoying and a little concerning, I guess. That's it. That's fine. No problem. So you guys are still pushing up through here. Let's go ahead and finish them all off. You turn right around and get over here, because we need to deal with this nonsense. Some of you guys are going a little bit too slow. Tell you what. Hold. Rapid redeploy. Go. Okay. Let's just go ahead and get our Space Marines to the front line as quickly as we can. Galicia, that's the thing I was worried about right here. Okay, so we're just going to hold this line. Actually, I'm sorry. You've given me the perfect opportunity to just go ahead and push. So I'm just going to go ahead and push. You've got cavalry, and that's it. Whatever. Push. It's cavalry. I don't care. You pin down his cavalry. There we go. Grab these. These victory points are going to fall apart pretty darn quick. They got Krakow? How come they have that instead of Poland? Oh. Well, that's interesting. Okay, how are we doing, though? Are we almost done? Oh, there's Illyria. Yes, so many little peoples I have to worry about. It's so fun. We can actually save Poland for later. I'll fortify, the Germans will fortify, and then all of a sudden I say, haha, secret attack through Poland, and I charge. That could be fun. We have some extra defense and breakthrough. White Ruthenia just capitulated. Great timing along there. We're already working on upgrades for my artillery. We should probably get upgrades for things like military police and such, or February 1940. We still haven't finished with electronic warfare. That will be done in about a week. Is anything else going to be done in about a week? Fuel refining's not far off. Okay. So we can afford to wait on that a little bit. It is 1940, and I'm going to go ahead and start working on an upgrade for fighters. I think that'll be helpful a little bit. Purple, you guys are basically just going to help push out Lithuania, but then we have to go and deal with Hungary, because Hungary is involved in this, and that's a pretty large front line I'm going to have to worry about down here. I'm trying to push as aggressively through here as I can while I can, because Galicia is proving to be very easy pickings. But after that's done, we're going to need to hold this, and these guys don't have any entrenchment at all. So that's obviously a problem. Let's go ahead and expand out this front line like so. And we'll let you guys all clean this up and have some fun. Do that now. Thank you. Let's assist over here. Make sure they don't go anywhere. And now we just got to push down to Lithuania. These guys alone should be able to do the job. But so far, I'm not getting a very good warm, fuzzy feeling about them. So maybe not. I'm actually very concerned about this. Orange is just not good. They're my weakest of armies. I was using them just to contain easy places. As long as Austria doesn't commit too many forces here, it's fine. Let's stop attacking, because it's no longer worth it. We'll go ahead and clear that out. But yeah, this does complicate things. How are we doing as far as logistics? We are using up too many tanks, and we're okay-ish on artillery for the moment. But I do need to be worried about how many of these heavy tanks we're using up. We can increase this, but honestly, my efficiency should continue to grow for a bit. We're producing higher value tanks right now. That's why it's so difficult. Could produce some more guns. I think we're okay there. And we're producing 7 tanks a day. That's okay. One thing I would love to get is a lot of close air support. Oh, sorry, not close air support. Towed air, anti-air. Because, right now, we do not have a lot of fielded planes, which means I am fighting at an air disadvantage. We can counteract a lot of that simply by having anti-air in place. So we're going to try for some of that and see if that actually does the job. You guys try to push in over here. You guys assist. You guys are already doing this. Okay. Just got to clean up the front lines a little bit. Good news is Galicia fell apart pretty darn quick. And as long as we can hold some of these mountains, I don't expect that these guys are going to be able to push very much against me, even if I don't have a lot of entrenchment. However, they are fielding a lot more troops over here, so the sooner we can finish this off and get some more folks over here, the better. Or change up their template to be something useful. We do have a good number of light tanks. If I were to take a whole bunch of you and say, screw it, let's change you to defensive infantry, we have what we need. It might result in losing a lot of experience, but I think it's worth it just to have the right templates. Now, they're going to be fighting at low strength for a bit, so I'm not going to change everybody. But let's do that for now and start swapping these over for guys who actually can entrench. Support equipment we have enough of, fortunately, because we capitulated people like the Ukraine, and they had a lot. Otherwise, that was the bottleneck I think I was the most worried about. Alright, seriously go. You guys all are so unbelievably slow. Stop being stupid. Get to the front line. Electronic warfare is done. Thank you. That's a bit more political power as well as other things, so that's nice. Recovery rate. Intel network strength gain factor sucks. The recovery rate is nice. I think, though... so many things I still need here. Nuclear tech would be nice. Navy modernization will let me actually change up my fleet, but I don't know if I want that right now, and I don't care about Japan. So, I don't want to mechanize. We could either go for division recovery rate for everybody or armor research time and so on. I think I'm going to go for just better armor for now. We have a bit more army experience, which means I can now go ahead and add on a couple more of these medium tanks. I'm a little concerned about my organization. Maybe we add in one more motorized for now. And then out of this, let's add in... I guess I could toss in the armored recon companies. It does result in a surprising amount of extra breakthrough by doing so. Teensy bit of extra heart attack and stuff, too. And the armor value isn't affected as badly either. Huh. This is just better stats, technically. It's a question of can I afford it. I think I will add on the armored recon. Let's see what happens with that. Do we want to toss on the artillery? It would mess up my organization quite a bit. I think I just go with this. So it's a mix of medium with a few light tanks just to quickly get up there and scout for me, but we'll try that. So let's go ahead and start training a few of these up. We got manpower. We got equipment. Let's go for a few. Now, what are we missing mostly? Just medium tanks. Yeah, we need a lot of medium tanks to do this. Okay. Still... eventually, that will translate into some actual breakthrough, because Space Marines are good at just shredding through enemy infantry, but they're not the best breakthrough units in and of themselves. They just don't lose as much when they try to break through. Which counts for something. You guys are taking forever to move around. Good lord. Why is my movement so slow right now? That's a thing I would like to know. Siam declared war on Burma. Fun. Let's try to get through here if possible. We're going to try to start surrounding and breaking through in a couple of areas. Troops are just now getting into position. Let's go ahead and toss on a few extra. These guys have to retreat. Now we have rivers to worry about. But if you guys all want to simply push like this... what's the reason we can't get up here? We should be able to. Fuel refining is done. Excellent. Let's go ahead and work on that research speed under electronics. Since we have a boost, it'll only take 95 days. We should be producing a little bit of extra fuel per oil now, which should count for something. Extra factories. Honestly, it's sounding like just more medium tanks. So we're going to have to trade for a lot more steel now. Japan is no longer delivering quite as much as I expected. Still, the US is going to be a good friend, I am sure. There we go. Okay, if you guys can just make a few pushes, we can do this. How are we doing over here? Pretty good as far as I can tell. Orange, we're going to go ahead and take the rest. Well, you guys still aren't fully reinforced. What are we missing? We're still missing a bit of equipment, it looks like. Quite a bit of equipment across the board. As far as reinforcements are concerned... we are missing a little bit of manpower, a little infantry equipment, support equipment, and towed artillery. I'm going to go ahead and say reinforcements are the top priority. Let's make sure we go ahead and send that all out. I want these guys to finish getting all their equipment and their engineers and entrenching, so I don't have to worry about this front, and then we'll go ahead and start changing up the rest as well. Because I'm committing a lot of forces over here by Lithuania right now. And I didn't want to commit this many forces over here. I really didn't. We're still training up a lot more of these guys. We're training up some mediums. I could build more Space Marines. My heavy tanks, we have a fair bit of them left. There's a lot of units over here. Yellow. These guys are not really good for offense at all. They're all weak units. I'm not going to bother with them, though. They're all kind of trash. You guys are already all Space Marines. You can get a new trait. Guerrilla Fighter? No. No. I'd rather save your slot for something more useful. You've got a trait. Winter Expert? You're the Winter Soldier? Meh. You've already got Combined Arms Expert and stuff. I would have rathered have the armor, some Panzer and stuff, but whatever. Field Marshal, can you get an upgrade? No. Just checking. Sometimes you can get some extra buffs and they make a difference, and sometimes they don't. So, Britain is still making pushes over in Belgium. Germany, you should probably send more forces over to the west instead of over here, huh? Just saying, you want to leave Lithuania to me? Because I'll treat them very well, I promise. Occupied territories. How are we doing on most of this? We're still using civilian oversight across the board, which is fine. Trying to build up some compliance in a few areas. This is bad in the sense that we are getting a lot of resistance, which is going to cost me plenty more support equipment and stuff if we're not careful. But right now we're still producing plenty, so I think we're fine. I'm still producing way more military factories, so like the longer the game goes on right now, I think I've got a huge economy. We should be fine. King Edward abdicates the throne. Really? So with him out of the way, that brings King Albert I to the leader of Canada, who is possibly going to try to demand the throne of Britain back, which would be fun. We are losing this fight. You guys should stop. We are wasting organization and much-needed equipment. You guys should stop as well. Let's go ahead and spread our forces out again. The Space Marines are starting to reach their their full potential here. Or rather, I'm sorry, they're starting to meet their match because there's just so many units that are entrenching. Now we're reaching the point where I actually do need tanks if we're going to make any more sustained pushes. Let's go ahead and upgrade things like military police since we were just talking about resistance. I think... I'm surprised how much you guys are putting right here. Is this all Hungarian troops? Yeah, they are. Well, I'm just looking for any break that doesn't involve crossing a river. So if you guys can all just commit some forces and help me out here. Let's try moving my Air Force to fight over White Ruthenia. We'll see if we can just get a small little boost before they reposition their planes. Right. So this should help a little bit. Now we should be able to burn through a fair bit more of them. Okay. That's good. I'm just looking for any point where I can break through. If I can break through and surround some units, that would obviously be quite good. Heck, if I could actually break through and just get right here, we would cut most of these guys off from a lot of their supplies, and that would be so many units we get to kill. Wouldn't that be fun? I think it'd be fun. Call me crazy. You guys still are not fully reinforced. You're just waiting for infantry equipment. We have infantry equipment. I don't really see any reason why you guys are waiting on that. Whatever, let's go ahead and take a bunch more of you. And transition you to a template that's not worthless. With some armor and so on to protect you. Though at this point, I imagine that my enemies are going to be stacking up on the... they are going to be stacking up some infantry. Sorry, some artillery. So we probably are not going to see... a lot of value out of that armor right now. Just my guess. We were winning this fight, and then all of a sudden we're not. Okay, this is no longer worth this fight. Crossing the river is proving to be a little bit problematic. So, I'm going to have to tighten you guys up a bit. We're just going to use light pink to hold this ground. And these fronts are dedicated to actual combat-effective units. I also really need some more oil. This is where fighting Azerbaijan would have been ideal. Let's trade with the US a little bit more. I'm going to ask for a couple more shipments of oil that I can turn into fuel. Improved infantry equipment. Okay, that helps. Improved recon? Maybe. I don't know if we want to go for things like self-propelled guns yet. We're still working on things like Blitzkrieg for extra organization for tanks. Yeah. Upgrade for close air support? Maybe. Or more resources. I wouldn't mind getting some more radar. And then I can entrench a bit. I'm going to go ahead and research the upgrades for the close air support. We are going to build some radar in a couple of key areas, like this. I'm going to make these the high priority for a minute. I'm going to go for at least a little anti-air in a few of those areas to try and reduce some of the bombing potential. These are going to build really fast. I'm not really worried about it. So we should be able to build these pretty quick, and then we'll go worry about the other stuff. Let's make sure the radar's top priority still, and then we'll go back to getting up some factories. But I think we're going to end up entrenching in this area a bit. I'm not seeing a lot of evidence that we're going to get to make a huge push. I mean, maybe. Let's see. Can some of you guys actually turn around real quick and get over to Vilnius? While the rest of you sit back. You can throw yourself over here to keep them pinned. I don't mind that. What I want to do is send them to push up here to the north and surround the rest of the troops over in Right Ruthenia. But if I can just go grab the capital of Lithuania real quick, that also puts me in a good position. Obviously. Can you guys all basically start pushing up here? And then we'll attack from multiple directions on this fort and see if we can take that out. Half of you are going to be pushing up over here now. So we should be able to hold on to Vilnius, so that's the capital of Lithuania down at least. It's also changing up their front line. You know what I can do? Try to pin these guys down for a bit while you push here. And what this does is hold their ground for a bit. I should be able to pin them pretty effectively because I don't think I'll take too many casualties, but if we can get a surround on all of this, some might say that's pretty good. And these guys are all pushing up to the north, which is going to keep warding them off, too. Hey, look! Units! All right. 1, 2... Oh, wait. They don't have any fuel. Duly noted. Let's send these guys to yellow. I don't really want to send these guys to an offensive army, but I could. All right, fine. I'll just do this so I have full fighting strength for the moment, and then you guys join up in a new army. We'll have to split these guys up into a offensive field marshal and a defensive field marshal soon. But at least for a moment... they're starting to push against me here. Hang on. Okay, we did win this fight, which is going to keep you pinned down. They're trying to back up through here. I need forces to get in through here, which means I need more tanks so that these guys lose organization and give up quickly. You're just holding ground while these guys keep them pinned. This could be a very, very big surround. I'm committing to try and getting it. That will actually change the entirety of the Eastern Front. Purple, you've spread your front line way too far again. Back it up. And pink, you back it up. Okay, we'll do that. Looks like we are making a successful push up in this direction. Come on, get some reinforcements over here quickly. Make them give this up. They're going to stop me, aren't they? These guys are going to have to retreat. That's fine. I don't mind losing this airport. It was convenient, but it doesn't actually matter. And they're not going anywhere at the moment. I could really use you to get over here, because we need some more reinforcements to be able to push in this area to try and stop them from going anywhere. Okay, now you guys can do something. Come on, get over here quick. Ah! One infantry right here is going to save this whole group. That's what's about to happen. Let's see if we can possibly get you guys over here to pin these guys down while these guys get their organization back. Actually, if you want to move over this direction, that's not a big deal. Probably. Let's attack here again. Just keep them pinned. I know I'm taking losses, but it's fine. We've got to win this. Can I get any air support at all? Yes, if I move right here. We can try very temporarily to get my planes in this position. I don't think that's going to last. Depends on how long we hold this airbase, of course, but... yeah. So now we're at least able to... now they still have air superiority. Almost got it. Almost got it. Come on. Come on. Tell me you can get this. This is huge. Got it. Okay. These guys are now surrounded. Sit tight. Let's move you forward right here. Okay. Now we need to get our organization back. So let's give ourselves a second. Let's give ourselves a breather. That's a lot of units encircled. And he has a supply point, but it's not going to be enough to supply all of this, which means they're all very much dead. We are pushing up here still. And if we now send all of you to assist from this direction, would that be enough to make a difference? Not great, unfortunately. It looks like it would not. Alright, so forget this. I wanted to get an encirclement here too, but that looks like that's not on the cards. Unless we then push this way while they have low organization and try for this. while you guys, minus you, attack here. We try to attack from both this direction. You attack here to pin them down. Same here. And if we can join forces here, that also is a major pin. Well, the war has gotten complicated. I can say that much. The war has gotten a lot more complicated. But I think we've made some pretty solid progress. We've taken over a lot of land. We are holding our line nicely over here in Eastern Europe. The Ottomans are still fighting, but not making much more ground, so they're still going to be easy pickings later. Azerbaijan in particular will be easy pickings to get some more much-needed oil. But yeah, this doesn't look that bad to me. This is going to cost me a bit because there's so many that have put themselves against me. Now we're like having an even fight, but aside from that, I think we've got a good shot. So, the sooner I can get some actual medium tank divisions with real breakthrough, right? Not just 126. We're talking real breakthrough at 478. That's when we push through here and absolutely decimate. All right, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
All right, let's go ahead and do it.